Doesn't matter about the hair. It doesn't matter about the hair if you can't see the hair. I'm dying to get to the hairdressers next month, so all good. Now, when I saw this collection come out, as soon as I saw the gin and tonic cake, I thought I had to try that, so I have made it. It's delicious. It's moist because we use yogurt in it, and I found a lot of recipes that use yogurt instead of milk do come out a lot moist, so I've got all my ingredients ready to go. Now, I have already milled my almonds because that's why we've got a Thermomix in the first place, so that we can do our almonds, and, you know, you save money doing that. And I needed icing sugar, so I've already milled my icing sugar to get going with that. So we'll start cooking, and we can skip a few steps. I've got the oven on. It's 180 degrees. I've greased my bundt tin. So this is an old bundt tin. It's been going around with me for 40 years, so it looks a bit worn and torn, but it does a great job. So I've greased that, and sometimes people ask, why should I grease a non-stick pan? The reason why we do it is because it clings to the butter and it helps it make to rise better. So if the recipe tells you to grease your pan, grease it. So I'm going to skip the step here for the blanched almonds because I've already done that. So that takes only 5 seconds, but still I've saved 5 seconds there. Now we're going to put a cinnamon quill in, and it says 2 centimetres, but I'm using a whole cinnamon quill because we love cinnamon here. Juniper berries. Now, I only have juniper berries because we went to a cooking class for Barilla, the pasta people, and they made a beautiful ragu using juniper berries. So it's just 2 teaspoons. So I would say about 4 or 5 of those. And, you know, gin's made with juniper berries too, so it complements.
Hey, Helen, can you show me what they look like? Because I was looking for those today for my dish and I couldn't find it.
Oh, they're like little, big peppercorns.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Do they taste like peppercorns?
No, they've got well, how can I say? It's hard to describe. It's a mild flavour. So, but it just adds that extra bit to it. So I think in the first one I didn't make it because I didn't put it in because I forgot I had them. But yeah, so it'll be interesting to see the difference in the flavour tonight. So that's just going to put that on there, and 1 minute of milling. So I love. You can make these spices into powder, and they stay fresh, so you can keep them in the fridge. That's like 45 seconds to go.
Helen, I'm not sure if you can hear me, but are you able to show us? Are you able to show us the packet of the juniper berries?
Well, that's the brand that they have at Whole Farms. But I think also Hoyts, which Woolies and Coles have, I've bought them from there too.
Okay, thank you. Someone was just asking in the chat. I think it was Robin.
No, they're really nice. I put them in the ragu. You're welcome, Robert. So that's 4 seconds to go. Ten seconds to open. Now, it's all ground up nicely into a spice mix there. Oh, smells good. 150 grams of sugar. Now, I'm using monk fruit because it's a low carb. And if you're looking for it in the supermarket, that's Coles brand monk fruit. And I put it in my vanilla ice cream that I made today too. So there's 150 grams of that. I'm only double checking because I've got 2 bowls of sugar sitting here. The lemon peels, my lemon zest is going in. It's a whole lemon zest. And 40 seconds on this one. I love that it grinds all these things up.
You have to show us what it looks like now after the lemon zest.
Sorry?
You have to show us what it looks like now after the lemon zest.
See, I can hear that's finished. It's still got 15 seconds to go. But I can hear that's finished. Oh, wow. So it's gone all powdery now. Let me just... Oh, it smells. I wish you could smell it. That cinnamon. It's just all powder.
That looks great. I can imagine the smell.
Oh,
I've just got to find the juniper berries to make this cake. I looked in 2 shops today and they didn't have any.
yeah, you have to go to like these specialties supermarkets.
Yeah.
To find it.
Yeah, like your like Italian fruit shop, Greek. Yeah.
Grims, Trims. We've got Food Lovers and what's it called? Whole Farms here. So, and there's a Mediterranean one. So I know if I need any of these special spices and herbs, that's where I'm going to find it. So we're putting in 200 grams of unsalted butter.
Elia just put in the chat the cocktail that she made. Is it the same one, Elia? It looks so good.
And 4 eggs. Now, you know, we use eggs that come from the fridge, unless otherwise stated. 4 eggs, and 65 grams is normally what they use in the cookie dough recipes. And this has got 100 grams of yogurt. Oh, shit, I put 140. Doesn't matter, I'll put extra flour in. It'll be extra moist. Doesn't matter, it's only 2 teaspoons. And 200 grams of self-raising flour. This is my bucket of self-raising flour. I don't like weighing it up beforehand, just have too many bowls lying around, so I just prefer to do it this way. And this is a quick cooking class, so okay, 200 grams there. The almonds, 200 grams of almond meal. And 30 seconds of blending. Now, the good thing is with the ThermoMix when you're making cakes, blends are just enough to develop the gluten. So I never used to be a cake maker, but now with the ThermoMix, I love making cakes. So this will have a syrup. I'll make the syrup now too. I'll just get my other bowl. Sorry, forgot I need the other bowl to make the syrup in because that's almost straight away while this goes in the oven. Oh. So this is going to go in the oven for 30 to 35 minutes. Now, you know, every oven's different. But look, it's a thick batter. So you've got to work around your bundt tin to evenly spread it around. Who thinks of My Big Fat Greek Wedding when they hear bundt tin or bundt cake?
Always.
Always? Oh.
All right. Well, Helen, you're going to pop that in the oven now, aren't you?
Yeah, but I'm going to make the drizzle straight away because what we do when it comes out of the oven, you pour it straight away. So I'll make it now. It'll only take a few seconds, I think it takes. Because we were taught you pour hot to cold or cold to hot. You don't, so it'll soak better. The syrup actually goes into the cake to moisten it up, and it's got gin and tonic in it. So I'll just pop that in the oven. And we're ready to go for the syrup. And I always put the timer 5 minutes beforehand, so 25 minutes. All right, so that takes, I check it at 25 minutes because my oven's a bit wonky, so you know what your oven's like. So we set that aside and we prepare the syrup. I have to clean the bowl because I've got a bowl, and it's 80 grams of tonic water. Now it doesn't stay cold or hot, so I'm just using it from the fridge because I poured myself a drink. And 40 grams of sugar. And you know you can cut back. Some people say there's too much sugar in some things. You can always cut them back, do whatever you want, as much as you want. 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. And it cooks without the measuring cup for 10 minutes. So I'm right now, Sandra.
Okay, awesome. So we'll move over to Carolyn for the summer tomato and gin pasta.
Hi everyone. So I'm going to make the summer tomato gin pasta sauce. It's a really, really easy sauce. So the first thing, we'll start cooking. The main thing is the ingredients that you use have to be really fresh and flavoursome. So I'm actually using the really fresh, beautiful vine tomatoes, and they're expensive, but they're definitely worth it. And I'm also got an olive oil that I've got. Friends of ours have their own olive grove and they press their own olive oil. So it's really beautiful. So firstly, I'll place a bowl onto the top and weigh 200 to 250 grams of cherry tomatoes. Some I've cut in half and some whole. And then now I'll press next, and I'm going to pour in on top of those 50 grams of gin. $55 grams, but that's okay. So I'll set that aside, give it a bit of a stir. And then I've placed another bowl, but I prepared these tomatoes, vine-ripened tomatoes, earlier because it says to weigh them and then peel, de-seed and cut them into quarters. So instead of you watching me do that, all I did to peel them is so easy. You just pour boiling water over them, let them sit for a minute or so, place them into cold water, and then the skins just peel straight off. To de-seed, I just cut them in half. I just grabbed a teaspoon, use the end of the teaspoon and just flick the seeds out, because removing the seeds will also stop it from tasting really bitter as well. So all it is you want is the flesh of the tomato. So I'll place them off to the side, and then I'm going to place in 2 garlic cloves. In. I'm going to chop that, speed 2 seconds. Wait for it to open up. Thank you. I'm going to scrape down the sides. Now I'm going to put 30 grams of this lovely homemade olive oil. $33 grams, that's all right. Now I'm going to cook it for 5 minutes. So back to you, Sandra.
Okay.
For 5 minutes.
Okay, all right, we'll be back to you in 5 minutes. So I'm going to start. So I've put my laptop close to the Thermomix screen and I've been trying to follow one of everyone's recipes. So if you want to see it close up, you can look for that screen and you can see the close-up. So my dish is a sous vide fillet steak with gin and peppercorn sauce. It sounds so chefy, but it is so super easy to make. And I'm excited to talk to you about sous vide and show you the blade cover as well for those who haven't seen how it works. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do now, it was telling me to add the juniper berries. Now, the last time I made this recipe, I didn't have the juniper berries. I just used peppercorns, which really is not the same. And I went to look for juniper berries again today and I couldn't find them. And again, I just used peppercorns. So I'm just going to pop them in. And it also says to add 6 allspice berries and 2 teaspoons of pink peppercorns. So yeah, look, I have just added peppercorns because I couldn't find the others. So and look, it turns out nice. It really does, because you know the steak, this is to season the steak, and it's just, yeah, with pepper. So okay, so that's just given it a rough chop. It hasn't turned it to powder. So I'll just show you if you can see that there. So not powdery at all. Like it's oh, that just went down my throat. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Now it says to put that spice mix over your steak. So I've actually got fillet here. Now I have pre-made a bit in the morning, this afternoon, to show you what it looks like, because sous vide does take an hour and a half, so we can't be here for an hour and a half. So I've got a pre-made to show you, but so I actually had double this, and double this would fit in the bowl. All right, so we'll just pour the pepper over the steaks. And then, so you cut them thick. It says to cut them like to 3 centimeters thick. So I got a big fillet, and then I just cut them. So now we're going to add 20 grams of olive oil. Okay, and 2 garlic cloves. Where are my garlic cloves? So again, this is still to season the steak. Okay. And we're going to chop that up for 2 seconds on speed 7. All right. And we're going to add now, this is where the gin comes in, 20 grams of gin. Oh, let me put that to 0, otherwise we will add too much gin. All right, 20 grams. A big bottle of gin here. And now we're just going to give that all a mix. 5 seconds on speed 3. So that's our marinade for the beef. Now, I would recommend, if you've got some time, just to let it sit there and marinate for a while. This recipe doesn't tell you to do that. Just grab a spatula, but I do recommend that you do that. So there it is. You pour it over the steak. And that's it. All right, so now I'm going to show you how we put this into a vacuum seal. All right, so now it says to pour and place the garlic and gin mix over the steaks, and that's it. All right, so let me put the Thermomix aside. Now you can get a little portable vacuum seal from our mix shop, and it comes with, so it looks like this, and it's got a charger. So it's a USB charger. So you just plug it in there. Oops. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I
in
bought
there
a bottle
somewhere.
of Sandra the other day from the mix shop, and she's fallen in love with it.
They are so cool, because then it comes with 5 of these sous vide bags, and they are reusable bags, which is really good. Or yeah, they are. They're reusable. Or you can buy another pack of 10. So so the sous vide, the little vacuum seal with the 5 bags costs $50. And then if you want the extra sous vide bags, they're another $15. But because they're reusable, they really last a long time. So what you do is you just pop it into the bags. Very easy. Now the recipe says 2 bags because it's 4 big steaks, but mine are little. So I'm just going to use 1 for now because I've done the other this afternoon. So you just pop it in.
Have you tried the sous vide scrambled eggs, Sandra?
No, I haven't. No.
Oh, do it.
They are amazing.
Do
I'm
it.
too impatient in the morning for breakfast. I want a quicker breakfast.
By the time you get your bacon, your toast, and your coffee ready, they're ready. They're yum. And they're so soft.
I can imagine. Okay, so then you just seal the bag. So they're in the bag like that. So you got all the beautiful garlic, the gin, the olive oil, the pepper. I also seasoned it with a bit of salt. Now, this is charged, and all you do, there's a button on the bottom, and you just, I think you can see that. You just pop it on top, you press the button, and it starts to suck the air out. Okay, you just keep going until, okay, here we go. Sometimes it can be a bit fiddly, and you just got to find the right spot. Now, it does suck up juices that are in the bag, which is normal, but I'll show you how to clean it. Okay. There we go. So that's done. So now some juices have gone in there, but this comes off, and then you can give it a clean, okay? So you don't want to leave those juices in there. When that first happened to me, I was like, oh, what have I done? But it does come right off, which is good. So there we are. So that's ready. So the Thermomix bowl will actually fit 2 of these, all right? Very easily. But you do need that blade cover. If you're doing this in the TM5 without the sous vide mode, you'll need to do it inside the simmering basket. You probably won't be able to fit 2 of these, I think. Oh, no, hang on. No, you can use... Can you do this in the TM5? Can someone help me? I'm getting a bit lost there. I don't
If it's in the
simmering
basket, you can. If you've got the blade cover, you can still use it.
You can use it, exactly. That's where I was getting confused.
It depends on the size of your bag, your meat, and everything, where you're going to put it. Because I have done the steaks before, sous vide, and they're real yum.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So now let's just go through the process. I'm just going to give my bowl a quick rinse. Carolyn, if you're ready, we can go to you now, if you like.
Yep, that's fine.
No? Okay, go for it.
All right, so now I'm going to put in the reserve quartered tomatoes. Can everybody see? Yes? Very good. So I'm going to pop them in. Then 30 grams of tomato paste. Oh, 31 grams. Getting as good as you can. 2 to 3 teaspoons of vegetable stock paste, which I can't open now. Hang on a minute. Oh, God, someone put it on top. Oh, very good. 2. Next, a sprig of fresh oregano. I've already plucked the leaves off the sprig. I'm going to place them in. I love oregano, so it's good. Next, 2 pinches of brown black pepper. 1, 2. Now I'm going to place the lid on. And then 10 minutes at 120 degrees on speed 1. And I'll come back to you after that.
Okay, awesome. So I'll continue my sous vide. Just remind me when yours is ready, Carolyn. Okay, so I've popped the blade cover in the bowl, and then you just pop your bag inside. Now I'm putting 1, but remember the recipe is to put 2. And then what it tells you to do is to fill the bowl until the bags are covered in water. Okay. Now this recipe has a bit of a silly step. It's got 15 minutes separate to the sous vide part to heat up the water to 55 degrees. And but what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip that step and just add 15 minutes to the sous vide step of an hour 30. So it ends up cooking for an hour 45. But the first 15 is to heat it up to 50 to 55 degrees. Now it also says to add lemon juice to the water. I think it's got something to do with protecting the stainless steel because it's it's this water bath for an hour and a half. So I don't really know the science behind that, but if it tells me to do it, I'll just do it. And so this is where it says the 15 minutes just to heat up the water. So I'll just step ahead, and then what I do here on 1.30 m, I'm saying 1.30 m because I'm studying building design and everything is in meters now. So I've put it to 1 hour 45, and then you just tap the start button, and that's it. So at the end of an hour 45, that's done. But here is one that I have made earlier, okay, because I can't keep you here for an hour 45 minutes. So now here it is. So it comes out looking like this. So now it's steak in a water bath, so it doesn't look that appealing, doesn't look great. Now, but what the recipe says is have a really hot fry pan and just sizzle it for a minute on each side, and you get that nice color on there. And then you're going to make the sauce to drizzle on top, okay? And that's what we're going to do now. So whilst the sauce is cooking, I'll pop this on the fry pan, and then it's ready to go. But just touching those steaks, they are so spongy and soft. I'm thinking they're just going to melt. It'd be like butter, okay? All right, so I'll just grab another bowl. I'll just grab the Thermomix here, and I'll pop this there so you can see. Okay, so now it says to put it aside and to grab a clean bowl. We're going to add 50 grams of shallots. Here they are. So 50 grams of shallots, and we're going to chop them up for 5 seconds on speed 5. Okay, so this reminds me of like a béarnaise sauce sort of thing. It's actually quite similar. Now 2 teaspoons of some peppercorns. Where are my peppercorns? Oh my gosh, sorry, hang on guys. There we go. So it just says, 2 teaspoons of pink peppercorns, but I've got the one which is like a blended mix. I'm just going to add that one. And 50 grams of gin. Okay, here we go. And I'm just going to scrape down the sides. There we go. And a teaspoon of white wine vinegar. And I don't have that either. So I'm just going to use some apple cider. I think it'll be fine. I know with béarnaise, I think we use apple cider as well. I'm not sure. And now that's just going to cook for 3 minutes on speed 2 on 100 degrees. So that's just going to soften that onion. So whilst that's happening, we can move over to Carolyn. Would you be ready? No, that was 10 minutes. So maybe we can do the cocktail.
I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, and I don't think Helen would be ready either. So Alicia, let's do the cocktail.
Can I just say, Sandra, I've added 20 grams of gin to my syrup. And we've just got to wait. We've got about 10 minutes to go on the cake. So, yeah, I'm good.
Okay. All right. No worries. Well, we can go to Alicia for the cocktail.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. I'm just going to do the raspberry gin cocktail. It is a free recipe on ThermoBliss. So you can just Google it. Sandra will send you the link to it when we do the video. I'll pop up the video. And you literally chuck everything in, put it on for 20 seconds, and there's your cocktail. It's as easy as. So, because this is a manual recipe and you're not using cookie dough, I just go to my scales. I don't know if you can see my thermi, but anyway. Now I've pre-measured measured everything. But yeah, you literally just chuck everything in. So 300 grams of raspberries, frozen raspberries. If you're using fresh, just add some ice cubes to it. I would assume you could use any berries, really, any frozen raspberry, any frozen berry, blueberries, blackberries, mixed berries, strawberries, whatever you like. Then there's 30 grams of caster sugar. Now I didn't have any caster sugar today, so I just got my white sugar. You can use raw sugar as well, and you can bliss it up in the Thermomix for like 2 seconds, speed 9, and you have caster sugar. So super easy. So 30 grams of that. Then there is 40 grams of lemon juice. A bit over, but whatever. Then there is 100 grams of gin. Oh, look at that. Oh, I'm over. Whoops. And then you can use soda water, you can use tonic, you can use sparkling water, you can use lemonade if you want to make a mocktail out of it. You know, the kids enjoy that. And that is 300 grams. And that's it. You chuck it all in, whack the lid on, get out of our scales, go back to our home screen, 20 seconds. Speed 8. That's it.
Hey, Lisa, I'll come back to you once that's done, okay? I just want to continue this part here. So after we've cooked the shallots with the peppercorns and with the garlic and the olive oil, we're going to add 100 grams of unsalted butter. Oh, yep. And also 2 egg yolks in there, okay? So just 2 egg yolks. Save your egg whites for we're all into making ice cream at the moment, to make ice cream. And we're going to pop the lid on, and now that's going to cook for how many minutes? I think it's 10 minutes. That's going to cook for 10 minutes. Now I've got my fry pan there. It's getting really hot, so I can just give those steaks a sizzle, and I want to show you what they look like. But over to Alicia now. It should be ready to show you the cocktail.
Yeah, it's done. It's so easy. I can't really show you probably because I'll spill it all over the screen. All done. And then you just grab it. It will give you 2 tumblers or give you 4 small glasses. So it's pretty simple. Like, who can't have a cocktail in 20 seconds? Like, seriously.
Is that thick, Alicia? That looks thick. Is it thick?
It's a little thick, but that would be from the frozen berry. So
right.
You could make it more of a slushy if you wanted to add more ice. If you wanted a little bit thinner, add more of your liquid.
Yeah.
Your gin and your and your soda water, and that's it. That's as easy as some mint, some lime. Happy days.
Wow.
I was going to say definitely more gin, not the water, definitely not.
yeah, of course.
All right, so I've got that here, that's ready. So I'm going to just cut it up to show you what it looks like inside. So let me just grab a couple. So that's all you want to do. Just a bit of color. And I'll pop that on my Blade Runners board that Alicia made. So Alicia is very talented. She's got many talents. One of them is she made these beautiful aprons for us, and also our chopping board. How good is that? Very talented indeed. Okay, so now they have been resting. So just make sure that when you do something like this and you're using such a good piece of steak, you do need to let it rest. That's really important. And then just slice it through with a knife. Oh my gosh, it looks amazing. And it's perfect. So it's interesting, like it cooks on 55 degrees for an hour and a half. And just want to cut that up so you can see. Now that sauce will be ready in 8 minutes. So can you imagine when that sauce is drizzled over, how amazing it's going to be? But there's our sous vide steak. Oh, I wish I could eat that right now. I will. I haven't had dinner yet because I was waiting for this. So there we go. Now, Carolyn, I'm not sure if we're ready to go over to you.
Yep, all good.
Oh, good. Perfect timing.
Perfect timing. All right, so now I'm going to add the reserved cherry tomatoes and gin. So the smell is just beautiful. So I'm going to add the whole lot to it. I'll place the simmering basket instead of the measuring cup on top. Now I'll click next, and now I'm going to cook that for 4 minutes, 100 degrees in reverse on just half. So, but while that's cooking, I'm going to cook my pasta in my thermo server, and it's just, I'm just doing angel hair pasta tonight, just nice and simple. So I've just boiled the water, so I'm just going to pour that in, push it down. And I'm going to grab my lid, the thermo server, and that's going to cook while that's cooking. And I've got 3.5 minutes to go. That's it. Over to you, Sandra. You're on mute.
I just said to Susan she should try the scrambled eggs tomorrow. They are the best, even though cheese and add hot water from your kettle into the Thermomix. Believe me, 14 minutes worth of waiting for scrambled eggs. Try it, Susan.
Oh, is that all it takes? 14 minutes. Okay, I'll give them a go.
I second that. They're amazing. They are amazing.
If you use skip the step of boiling the water in the Thermomix for 15 minutes.
I do that too, Helen.
It's the best. It's the put the chives in with the eggs, not on top. In with the eggs. Yum.
Oh, okay. I'll do that. All right. Well, the Thermomix is now using the thickening mode because it's making that sauce for me to pour over this beautiful piece of steak. And now it's just up the speed. So at first the blades were going very slowly, and now on the 5-minute mark, it's up the speed because it's blending that sauce and thickening it at the same time. So it just really does it automatically, and it decides how long it takes depending on what's in the bowl. So it's so intelligent. You know, just like when you use the pre-clean mode, and it sort of decides, you know, how long it's going to take to to clean. This one, it decides how long it's going to take to thicken depending what's in the bowl. So that's really cool. So can't wait for dinner. So we'll just wait a few more minutes for that. Whilst we're waiting, I want to show you the 1 litre thermo server. I noticed yesterday that we have it in our mix shop. Now it's the 1 litre, and it's perfect for, you know, say, you know, you make something like these steaks and you don't want them to go cold. This is a perfect size. You just pop them in, and then they don't go cold by the time you're ready to eat them. So that's a really handy one, and I love it for things like sauces, like mushroom sauce, or if, you know, you're going to make that béarnaise sauce or that peppercorn sauce. You pop it in one of these, and it just keeps it hot for longer because it's not so big. Yeah, so Now, just remember with our other size thermo service, you can get them as host rewards. And you probably all know by now, but you can qualify for host rewards if you just invite some friends to our cooking classes. Just let your consultant know that you've invited so-and-so, and we'll put you down as a qualifying demo and you can get some host rewards. So how good is that? So have a chat to your consultant. You can get a list of what's on offer. Keep a lookout next week. We do have some exciting host rewards coming along. Now, I can't say any more because I am sworn to secrecy, but we do have some exciting host rewards coming up. So yeah, I really can't say any more. I'd get in big trouble. And this is going up on YouTube. So sticky tape pudding warm. That's a great idea, Susan. Oh, Susan, I'm sorry you're not feeling well. Yeah, that jab, my second jab, it really kicked me about. I remember that.
Sorry.
Yeah?
I was just going to say, you've talked about warm things in the thermo server, but you can also use it for cold things too. Like
yes,
salads.
You can.
Tonight I put ice in mine and put my berries inside to keep my frozen berries frozen instead of getting them out of the freezer just beforehand because I didn't know when I was on. And they were still frozen. So yeah, they're very versatile.
Yep, that's perfect. And that reminds me, we have our salads and dressings cooking class next Friday night. And the thermo servers are great to put a salad in as well because it keeps them fresh, especially if you're taking a salad to a picnic. So, and you can get covers now for the thermo server. So because these covers, they can flip off. So you can get actually proper silicone covers. So yeah. Now also, if you're thinking about joining Thermomix, joining our team of consultants, also chat to your consultant about that. We have business information sessions on every week, and you can go along and just get all the information about what it's like to be a consultant. We've just had a few spots open up in our team, so if you want to join the Blade Runners and join these beautiful ladies and join us in our business, then have a chat to your consultant because that's it's been a lot of fun lately, especially with lockdown, and we're able to do everything from home. So I've just got 1 more minute to go. Oh, that's really thick. Oh wow, yeah, that's done. Okay, so let's see what that sauce looks like. So it is like a béarnaise sauce, but I guess the twist in this sauce, it's a gin. It's with gin. Well, look at that. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh. Okay, so now let me see if I can turn this into a nice chefy looking dish. All right, so how much would this cost you if you were going to a restaurant to have sous vide steak, fillet with this beautiful sauce? It would cost you a bomb.
$40,
like, at least.
I loved it.
So that actually has made 3 times this sauce.
Yeah.
And there we go. So I must remember to take a photo before I tuck into it. Now I want to have a photo. All right. So are we ready to go back to you, Carolyn?
Hi, Sandra. I'm just dishing it up now. My spaghetti just
again, perfect timing.
I know. The spaghetti is cooked perfectly in the thermo server, al dente, and now I'm just about to pop on some mozzarella. And it's good to go. I've got Tim here waiting to eat it and sample it. So that's it. And it smells just so delicious. I can't wait to have a taste myself. And
I loved what you said earlier. Karen, I loved what you said earlier, that when you're doing a dish like this, you do need to use the freshest, bestest ingredients. So all those flavors really pop out in every mouthful. Because it's such a simple dish, but this is how they cook in Italy, with simple ingredients but fresh ingredients. Yeah, you couldn't substitute it with a can of tomatoes. Definitely not.
No, definitely not. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
it's done.
That looks amazing. That looks really delicious. And I love how you said mozzarella.
Mozzarella.
How's your cake going? Oh, I want to know, did anyone cook along? Did anyone make the cocktail? Anyone make it? No?
I didn't see
Well,
any.
if you do, no, well, if you do make it, let us know what you think of it. And if you do try these dishes at home, let us know. Pop it on our socials because we love to see what you're creating in your Thermomix. Yeah, Susan, we're both going to be trying the scrambled egg sous vide, definitely. Let's keep each other posted. See what we thought. How's your cake going, Helen?
Yeah, I've brought it out of the oven. I'm going to
Oh,
poke
good.
holes in it. It took 30 minutes to cook. I'll just show you. Let me get my. I even cooked dinner in the middle of it all. So Chris is going to get dessert tonight. So that's what it looks like. So I'm poking some holes with my skewer, and I'm going to pour the syrup over it. And while the syrup is actually, I don't know if you heard me before, I added 20 grams of gin into the syrup. So I'll just pour that over the top, and what it'll do is soak. And you've got to leave it till it cools down before you actually do the drizzle. So what I'll do is I'll do the drizzle, but I think the cake will still be too hot for me to dress it tonight. So what I'll do is post on the page tomorrow the finished product. You all know what a drizzle is. So what I'll do is put a plate underneath my wire rack, put the cake onto the rack, and then drizzle the drizzle on top of it. So I'll just let that soak for 10 minutes, and then I can turn it onto a plate. To make the drizzle, we need 180 to 200 grams of icing sugar. So I did that before I started tonight. I made my icing sugar out of normal sugar. We need 20 grams, tonic water, 20 grams of tonic water. And whoops, doesn't matter, that's fine. I'm Greek, I put more. And 30 grams of gin. Now, I was reading the tips today. Depending on what gin you're using as to the final color of your drizzle, it will also depend on, it'll show 30 grams, sorry. Come on, put a bit more gin. That's it, 32 grams of gin is good. And we'll just put the lid on. Now, you know, if your drizzle is too loose, you just add some more icing sugar to it. If it's too runny, I mean loose. If it's too runny, just add more icing sugar to it. So that's 10 seconds. And once the cake's cool, I'll drizzle that over the cake. But what I can do to speed it up is stick it in the fridge to cool it down quicker. So all you need to do is put your plate underneath the cake, the wire rack, pour the drizzle over your, so it's quite runny, but it will thicken as it sits there. So I'll just leave that till it's, the cake's cooled down, and I'll post a photo, Sandra, tomorrow morning or tonight, what it looks like when it's finished, all drizzled up. But I'm going to grate I'm going to zest some lime and some lemon zest over the top of it to make it look pretty.
Oh, great idea. Okay, well, send me the photo as well when it's done, and then we'll all post the photos from tonight on our socials, and I'll also email everyone recipes that we showcased tonight, as well as photos, and also a recording that will be uploaded on our YouTube channel. Awesome. Well, thank you everybody for joining us tonight for our gin lovers cooking class. It was great spending another, 30 of you on. That's great. It was great spending Friday night with you. Hope you have a wonderful weekend, and a special shout out to my consultants who presented tonight, and thank you for doing an awesome, fabulous job as usual, and I love working with you. So thanks guys. Have a great weekend.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Hey guys,
Cheers.
make sure you stock up on gin for these recipes, yeah? Get the one bottle, one liter bottle.
I've got mine's what's mine?
I like that one.
Not big enough.
Oh,
It's
40,
Carolyn.
40% alcohol.
And Alicia, why did you pour it into a glass? Why is there not a straw in the bowl?
Oh, because I shared with hubby. I gave some to hubby. I shared.
Oh, you're good.
But
Yeah.
I'll tell you a secret. I've already made it twice today and once yesterday.
Love it.
Oh wow.
Okay,
We
girls,
do
I'm going to leave.
celebrate school holidays as well this afternoon.
I'm going to leave you girls because I'm making a special Spanish frittata tonight for dinner. So we've had.
Oh, yum.
Yum.
Yum, yum, yum.
It is yum. I've just put the shallots in with the potatoes and the eggs on in. So have a good weekend.
It is.
Hey, Alicia, were you celebrating? Oh, hang on. Were you celebrating end of school holidays as well? I mean, beginning of school holidays.
She started celebrating on
Yeah.
Monday.
Where am I? I'm all over the place. Oh, here we are. I can't hear anyone. Oh, jeez. I'm switching devices. I've got everything mixed up.
You're still recording. Don't forget to. stop
Hey,
recording.
Look, Ellie, I got jammies.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to be.